everybody, welcome back to our daily creative challenge for Photoshop. I'm Kathleen and I'm going to be your head counselor for this next challenge. Good to see you all. If you haven't tuned in yet, this is our summer camp edition. It is the middle of summer. Literally, I think yesterday was the longest day of the year. And it's a perfect time to go to camp and learn some things. So at this specific camp, we're going to come away with some awesome Photoshop skills by the end of it. You're going to be totally leveled up. If you're in the chat, say hello to me. I'd love to say hello back to my campers. We've got Carlos, Austin, Josh from Colorado, very cool, Camilo, Valder, Lena, Jacqueline. Good to see you all. A lot of names that I don't recognize. So welcome, campers. Better late than never, as I like to say. I'm Kathleen. If you have not met me yet, I'm a designer here at Adobe, and I'm also going to be hosting these challenges. So really, really excited. What's up, Catherine? Good to see you. If you are totally new, let me introduce the Daily Creative Challenge. This one is running from June 17th to June 28th. So we're almost at the end of our first week. But it's never too late to register. So if you are on the Daily Creative Challenge site, it's behance.net/challenge/Adobe. You'll see this big, beautiful blue button. And if you haven't registered yet, it'll say, hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Carmen. Register for the challenge. And when you click it, it will take you to registration. In this case, since I'm already registered, it's taking me to Discord, and I'll talk about that in a moment. What's up, Gilson? Sean, hello. Sean has been here since the live event started. I think Sean was here at 8:30 a.m. in the chat, so a true OG. You get the MVP award today, Sean. Very cool. Yes, this is challenge number 3. You can still register. Thank you, Gus, for posting the link. I think it's over here. Nice, Sam. So if you do register, each day you're going to receive a new challenge, be it through your CC app, it could be through Discord, or on this site you will get a new challenge that will teach you some basic tools in Photoshop. So by the end of the 2-week challenge, you'll know your way around the workspace, you'll know what certain things do, and pretty much be able to start on anything. Next, you can join the community chat. So that is what I mentioned with Discord. It's a beautiful chat room where you can post your works in progress. There's the link right here, bit.ly/psdiscord, capital P, capital S. You can post your works in progress. You can say hello. You can give feedback, get feedback, just chat about random things. It's a really cool place, really fun time. I'll open that up in a moment. Next, after joining community chat, every day we're going to have this daily live show. So this is where you can ask your questions, how to get started. We've got Adobe folks in the chat. You have me here to answer questions. And I'm going to show you an example of the challenge as I work through it to get you inspired. And then finally, you're going to share your work on Behance. Once you've posted it on Discord to get feedback, you've sharpened it up as far as you'd like, we're going to upload it onto our portfolios. Alrighty, so today's challenge is to customize an image using the pen tool specifically in Photoshop. So we're going to use an existing image or photograph and make it our own. But before we jump into that, let me show you Discord. This is the application. You can get it on your browser, you can get it on your phone. It's pretty easy. Over on the left, you have all of your channels. So if you click on Daily Challenge over here, this is another place you can find out what the challenge of the day is. Thank you, Sam, for posting this today. You can also come down into Welcome. Here's some community guidelines. And maybe the most important place is Design Feedback. So this is where you're going to post your challenges every day as you're working on them, works in progress, and ask for feedback. So for example, maybe you're not sure about the typeface you used. Maybe you could ask for feedback on that. Is the leading good? Is the kerning okay? Yesterday's challenge was using the smudge tool with text. So here's a good example. Super cool. Love this color palette, and I think this colorful background was the perfect option. Taking these colors from down here and putting them up top, it's a great value shift. So after you put your work in Discord for feedback, we're then going to upload it to Behance, which I will show you at the end of the stream. All right, let's enjoy this live. I agree, Eco. Let's jump into the workflow. So I'm going to open up Photoshop. Come on down here. Turn on Keycaster so you can see what I'm pressing when I'm pressing it. And here is my image. So it's a cool, fashionable young lady. but I want to make this my own. I'm really passionate about fashion and style, so I'm taking inspiration from my friend Curvin Brosseau. I don't know if you've ever seen these before. Maybe this work looks familiar because his work is currently the splash screen for Illustrator 2019. But he takes these cool fashion photographs and then draws on top of them. So he totally makes them his own. Now he uses Illustrator and Photoshop and mobile apps to do this. And if you want to check out his work, it is Curvin Brosseau, just Brosseau on Behance. I think there should be a link in chat. Thank you, Adobe Live, for posting that. So let's do something inspired by this. We're gonna take this cool image of this cool lady and make it our own. First, if you are not sure how to get an image into Photoshop, let me show you that really quickly. We're gonna navigate to our file. However, we're gonna do that whether it's in the Finder on Mac. And here it is, I have it right here, and there's a ton of different ways you can open a photo in Photoshop. You could either just click it and drag it down to your app icon. That's how you can open it. Or within Photoshop, you can go File, Open, Navigate, Open. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Just in case you're totally new and aren't sure, it's an easy way to do it. Alrighty, drag that up there. Great style, yes, I agree, Sam. Curvin is awesome. He's also been our guest on Adobe Live totally a couple times. He's been here, he's been with us at 99U. That is dope-alicious, I agree. Josh, this photo is from Adobe stock. I was surprised to see such a cool, hip photo on a stock website, so highly recommend. All right, like I said, we're really going to be focusing on the pen tool today to create cool, almost vector-like selections. Now, you don't usually use the pen tool in Photoshop. Usually you would use it in Illustrator when you are creating really slick vector images. But the pen tool is a great way to make pretty precise selections when you're not worried about them having soft edges or anything. Yeah, Curvin is the man, I agree. What's up, Gorav? Good to see you. So if you do want to use the pen tool in Photoshop, you can tap P, that's the hotkey for it, and you'll notice over here in my toolbar, now the pen tool is selected. If you long press on it, you'll see all of the tools that are nested below the pen tool. So there's the freeform pen tool, curvature pen tool, which is like the curvature tool in Illustrator, and all kinds of other good stuff. But let's just use the pen tool today. Gaurav, no worries. Debbie, how do you get rid of the white space around the photo when it doesn't fit in the template? You can crop your image if you'd like to. So I'll show you that really quickly. You can tap C, that's the hotkey for crop. Hello, phone. So when you crop things, this box will come up and then you could drag it so that the white doesn't show anymore. So say I'm getting rid of the white, hit enter, and that's gonna confirm the crop. Or you could always do Command T to make your transform tools appear and say you have a white border around this image. You can increase that as well. So the white would disappear. Alrighty, just gonna put this on Do Not Disturb just in case. Blink, there we go. Okay, onward. So pen tool, P. Valder says, I use the pen tool to make selections, but the amazing select subject showed me up. Yes, totally, Valder. We're gonna touch on that in further challenges, and maybe today as well. Let's jump in. The thing that we're going to do is we are going to select her white shirt and then replace that with a cool pattern. So I'm zooming in just by doing Command plus sign. Zoom in ever more, maybe a little less. And I'll show you some really simple ways to use the pen tool. The way this works is we're going to be dropping points and bending curves to make selections. So say I want to start here, I'm going to drop a point. You'll notice that there's a little blue point now. And then I'm going to drop my next point, hold my mouse down, and pull out these handles to make a nice curve. Notice I'm not trying to get right on the edge of the white. I kind of want to overlap it a little bit, but follow the general angle. Okay, that's a nice curve. Now I'm going to drop another point up here at the next curve. And you'll notice that it's already making a curve here because I've pulled out this handle. The way that we can avoid that is we can hover over a point, hold Option. You'll notice that the cursor changes a little bit. Click, and then when we pull out the next curve, it's not trying to guess what we're gonna do. What's up, Gabriel? Good to see ya. All right, so I hold Option, I'm clicking the points. And I'm just gonna drop points, pull out curves, keep on keeping on. It is kind of a general rule of thumb that you want to try and use as small amount of points as possible. That's how you're going to get these nice curvy shapes and have them not have any jagged edges or look too inorganic. So let's keep dropping points, pulling out handles, converting our points so that they don't have any handles anymore when we want to change direction, holding Option, clicking. Just trying to get this general shape. Okay, now if you put down some points that you don't like, you can always just Command Z and go backwards. Say I just want to get her sleeve selected. Gonna select some more points, drop some more, drop some of that goodness, convert my point. Here we go. Clothing is a great way to practice the pen tool because there's so many folds and it looks pretty organic. So it's a nice way to practice getting fluid lines and changing directions. Gonna show the curvature pen tool? I totally can. Good call, Chad. All right, so over here in the pen tool, I'm gonna select the curvature pen tool. And this is kind of a more intuitive way to drop points and make paths. So instead of dropping every single point and pulling out every single handle, this is a little more intuitive. Like I said, it answers some questions before you even ask them. So I'm gonna click right here, and then you'll notice if I click here, it already curves for me. It doesn't make a straight line. So as the name says, it is curving the line for me. Maybe I drop one here and then here, and it creates a nice little curve around there. You can also drag your points to get them where you want them. Cool. Let's go back, edit this one a little bit. You can always go back and edit your points. And pull that out a bit. There we go. So you can really go back and forth, curvature, pen tool, whatever feels best to you. Now, when you are using these specific tools in Photoshop, the pen tool, curvature tool, you're gonna have the choice about whether you want this to make a path, you want it to make a shape, if you want it to make a selection, a mask. So let's just do selection for now. You can click up here. You can choose if you want any feathering in your selection or not. Kerwin, I'm using the pen tool or the curvature tool. I've been using both. Okay, so now I have this nice selection. And if I inverse the selection, Shift Command I to inverse my selection, hit layer mask. Now her sleeve is gone and we can replace it with something else. Samuel is wondering who prefers the curvature tool over the pen tool. Chat, what do you think? I like them both. I think they're both good for different things. If I'm trying to be real precise, I'll use the pen tool. If I'm trying to be more fluid and organic, curvature for sure. So I've already gone ahead and done all of this masking. Let me just turn this off. And you might be wondering how I kind of masked around her hair, and that's when I used the Select and Mask tool. So I'll show you that really quickly. In the Quick Selection tool, up here at the top, Select and Mask. And this is when you can use the Refine Edge tool and brush over edges that are a little more sparse or less hard in contrast. So hair is a great example. Click OK, and that's when you can get these nice natural looking selections. Cool, so we have her shirt all masked out, but how are we gonna put a cool pattern underneath? The way I've chosen to do that is I put a layer beneath my photograph, so we've masked it out, and now we have the Put Art Here layer. And within this layer, I can just use the brush tool. And if I increase my brush size, get ready for this, whoa, so many brackets. I'm using the right bracket to increase and the left bracket to decrease in size. Maybe I choose a nice aqua blue, and I'm painting within here. Maybe I go back in with some white. You can be really fun with this. And then maybe I grab some of the tawny kind of golden color from her hair. I'm just tapping I to do the eyedropper. I'm gonna click, hold shift, and drag across. Whoops, and that's gonna be a straight line. Do it again. You can also click, hold shift, click again, and that will make a straight line. And then let's grab some of this really vibrant kind of fuchsia from her pants. These are some cool pants. Maybe bring it over to be a little more pink, maybe a little lighter. Decrease the size a bit, even more, and I changed my mind. Maybe we want yellow instead. And then I'm gonna turn my smoothing up on my brush so that I can create a cool squiggle that looks very smooth instead of hand-drawn. So you can do whatever you want here. You can scribble in it, you can have fun, you could place another image within this mask. A pre-made image or one that you find on Adobe stock maybe. It kind of looks like a hot dog with mustard on it. All right, so we have these cool patterns, but you'll notice back in Kervin's work that he also has nice outlines on the clothes. So I'll show you how to do that on top. And I'm actually going to turn on this pattern that I made the other day. I think I like this color palette a little bit more. Alrighty, so we have the pattern below the photograph. Photograph is here in the layers panel on top, and then the pattern is below. To put something on top of the pattern, we're going to make another layer and put it on top. So I'm going to choose a nice blue, up the saturation, up the brightness, make it a little more neon. I'm going to size down my brush quite a bit. And then I'm going to disable my mask. So I'm right clicking on my mask, disable it. It's not going anywhere. It's just invisible for now so that I can see where all the folds in her clothing are. From here, my smoothing is turned up really high so we can get some nice smooth lines. And I'm just going to kind of draw over where these folds are. This is not like a precise science. I'm really just trying to give a kind of nuanced vision of where the seams in her clothing are, where the folds are. And then once we turn the pattern back on, it'll have this cool drawn over effect. You don't need to be a good drawer to do this. That's why we turn the smoothing up so that the lines are nice and sleek. I'm gonna try and hint at the fact that her shirt is knotted. So I might actually do the outline here, outline here. If you have a tablet, it'd be really easy to just doodle on top of this. Maybe hint at some buttons. Do some more on her arm. You could choose any color for this. White, black, red might be cool. Yellow would be cool as well. Gonna hint at these creases near her sleeve. Draw the cuff. Draw a couple more. Throw one more in here. Alrighty, so we have some cool drawn on effect going on there. That looks cool just by itself. We're gonna go back to our layer mask, right click, enable it. Awesome. Now I noticed that this neon blue kind of vibrates against the orange of her shirt. So one way that I like to change the colors of what I've drawn really quickly is I'm gonna select my outline layer. I'm gonna go here, lock my pixels, choose the color that I might think works better, and I'm gonna do Option Delete to fill that entire layer with the new color. I can choose a new color, Option Delete, try that out. Cool, I like that a little bit more. Periwinkle. Now, since Debbie asked about it earlier, I'm gonna crop this, not that small. There we go, into a nice square. This is perfect for Instagram. Enter, and I think we're done. So I'm gonna get this exported and then we can get it up on Behance. So remember, we've done this the past couple of days. It's File, Export, Export As. This is where you can then change the size if you'd like to. Definitely wanna make this smaller. Let's try like 800 perhaps. JPEG. Yes, lots of different ways to do the same thing in Photoshop. We were just talking about that yesterday. Alrighty, let's do day 3. Pen tool. Save it. Riaz, that's a really tricky problem. Whenever you try and select a different brush, it changes from the smudge tool to the brush tool, because we used the smudge tool yesterday. The brush that you use needs to be compatible with the smudge tool, which isn't always a given. So it might be better to just find a brush that is specifically a smudge brush. Kyle Webster has a lot of those in his packs. Alrighty, so let's go to my profile. Go back to our Camp Photoshop project. We're gonna edit it. Get this uploaded. See our beautiful challenges from the last 2 days. Text, day 3, pen tool, and insert our media. We're gonna go to our file, navigate, navigate, navigate. Day 3, pen tool. Upload. Awesome. Can't wait to see this. I like the square format. Very cool. All right, so the most important part of this whole exporting and uploading process is making sure that in discoverability we have the keyword PS Daily Challenge added. That's the way that we're going to be able to search you out. That's the way you can search other people out. It's like the hashtag for your project. Once you have that put in, we can go back to our profiles, check out our new projects. There it is, easy peasy. Now, if you use that keyword, you should be able to appear when people search PS Daily Challenge, especially if you filter from most recent. That will get you the most recent submissions. And I just want to look at a couple of these super duper quick. We'll open this one. This one's pretty cool. And this one. Alrighty. Now, I believe that they will be reviewing challenge entries in the next stream. Kyle Webster will be up here in just a couple minutes, so make sure you get your fashion illustrations done and uploaded. This is the cover image for Vivek's challenge. I love this. Moonrise Kingdom is one of my favorite movies. Very good. I like the kind of cute camp typeface you used as well. This is really cool by Pedro. Added a nice tattoo. I think this is from day 1. We did retouching a portrait. So you didn't just retouch, you totally edited it. You added a different hair color, added a tattoo, changed the coloring in the background, the lighting. Very nice. Added some cool text. Nice job, Pedro. All right, and then Betty, we're waiting on you to submit. Oh, this might be it. Let's check it out. Cool cover image. I love that. Looks like you did a little bit of compositing as well. All right, chat. I'm going to be back tomorrow for day 4. This is the last day of this week. We're going to skip the weekend and then start again on Monday. So day 4 is tomorrow. It might have something to do with templates and smart objects. Who knows? So Kyle Webster is coming up next to do more drawing and painting. It's going to be awesome. I think he was illustrating a cat. Maybe he'll be doing it again today or something totally different. Come back after that for Andrea's XD Daily Creative Challenge, and then we have more XD goodness coming up after that. All right, chat, post these things in Discord, get them up on Behance, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.